Okay, there we go. We are back for more Rogue Trader. So, let's continue.
I always have a backup plan.
Wrong button. No, I want that.
Miscalculations are for commoners. I don't make mistakes. I make profitable learning experiences.
Surrender to the dark powers!
To arms!
Up there.
At your beck and call. One fewer target. I will do my reduced to dust.
Okay. Oh.
My gut tells me it's a bad idea. Who, if not me?
Anything is. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
And that's why I like that class for her.
I'll see to it personally.
Excuse me.
God Emperor, move
You.
through me!
Yeah,
Be
but
the
they are
fire
so
in my
screwed.
heart! I'll do it. Strike is a prayer. Join me in prayer. How may I know how to take risks.
Okay. Right. Increase that by... Increasing the range is handy. This one gives me access to everything. Hide the ones I can't use. But there is one skill I want first, most of all. Where is it?
Let's not waste time with pleasantries. Keep your wits about you. Fate and fortune favor the bold.
The first sacrifice opens the ark. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Help has arrived. Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid. But if there is any honor in you, we can at least die with dignity and give our lives for the rogue trader. God Emperor, preserve us. The rogue trader is dead. The ship has lost her Lord Captain, and the house its head. No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the Warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
Then we have no right to bow our heads. We are out of time. No. To die altogether is to allow the flame of the dynasty to perish in the dark. No. It will not be like this. Not today. The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it.
Such a hot
And you,
and bit
see
crazy
to it that
day
the void
today.
ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell. Accursed traitor! A time will come when you will bleed for her ladyship Theodora's murder. Remember my words, for they are the vow of he who marches toward his death.
What? Theodora is dead? No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
Yeah. There's a problem.
The Emperor is with us.
Surrender to the dark powers.
I refuse. It's as good as done. Another enemy
Oops,
down.
not what I meant to fire.
Guided by faith. Faith without deed escape the Emperor's judgment.
Right.
My place is at the fore. At your beck and call. It will be done.
On it. The best defense is a good offense.
Stop mocking me.
You can't risk.
But of course.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
I can take one of these. Strength is still really good for you to hit things. Mm. Just want to get you up a little more.
my options open.
The heir is dead. He sacrificed himself to save the entire dynasty.
A noble deed. Let the crew offer prayers for the hero who renounced his impure life in the name of humanity.
Rivor, Master Helmsman, systems status report.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal. Living and breathing. Well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry. We'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long. Must have been Providence. It better have been the Emperor's, not someone else's. When they barged in here, the ones with the Master of Whispers, some officers charged them, but it wasn't even a fight. I grabbed whoever I could and dragged them behind the cogitators. Then, I prayed for our rescue.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
Who are you to oppose destiny itself for the sake of lives that are not your own? So many threads stretch between you and other creatures of your world. Pitiful, worthless links, ready to shatter at the slightest touch. A muddled, erratic, pointless tangle. I am the beginning and the end and all that courses in between. I am the voice of the truth that is destined to triumph. For this triumph is the terminal point of every twisted maze of fate.
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
Seneschal, the Navigator's Sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory. along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision,
It is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the Warrant of Trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lady. It is because of her toils that we all still live.
the deed is done, mistress. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained. For the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. And through the strength of her resolve, saved those who were counting on her for protection.
Oh well. I don't know if the... Can't remember if there's just no voice lines here, or is it glitched? Mhm. Ba-ba-ba. particular people on the bridge anyway. Named.
Rogue Trader. I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader.
Stuff.
The accursed servants of Chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valancius territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the Rogue Trader could meet with the orphans? As you wish, Rogue Trader. Thank you for granting my request.
Okay, no, I'm not happy with that decision. Yeah, what again? No, I'm trying to teach with him.
rogue trade. The accursed.
Alright. I thought that was a conversation option that would, you know, let me hear another one. Don't know what's with the. I got some flickering on my screen. Doesn't seem to be that the stream version carries that over. So.
Greetings. Gladly, there are none more faithful to the God Emperor than my sisters. We fight against his enemies by the will of the Holy Ecclesiarchy. We... I beg your pardon, Rogue Trader. Here I am talking about what every lesser noble in the Imperium knows. So what exactly are you interested in hearing about? It is. The Sisters of Battle are a fire lit by the God Emperor. They are the echo of his voice that travels through the dark expanses of the universe. We bring his wrath to heretics, mutants, and other enemies of humanity. We protect the faithful from the unholy and unhallowed. Sometimes with words, more often than not with a bolter.
Or a flamer, or a melter gun.
Even the novices of the Adeptus Sororitas are drawn from among the most worthy. Those who have taken the vows and become a full-fledged sister are the best of the best, tested by trials of body and spirit. Yes, there have been cases when a sister stumbled or showed weakness.
Too hot for you as well?
Do not expect to hear a story of depravity or downfall from me.
That or, you know, spending the day with the worry that unexploded ordnance was found not too far away. And by that I mean when you're living right on the edge of the exclusion zone and hoping that they were not going to make the exclusion zone bigger and you'd have to move.
For nothing can stop a sister of battle who yearns to be cleansed of faults and weakness.
Yeah, I kind of get that.
Wearing nothing but
trying
robes,
to deal with some of my own problems.
No armor, eviscerator in hand. Those sisters who have once faltered find repentance on the battlefield. Their lives are seldom long,
I mean,
but
that's
a death
fine.
in the name of purgation
I
is
don't
a
expect
better
everyone
fate
to show
than
up
to
every
live
day.
with a shadow in one's soul.
Too hot. It's just.
Once I had completed my novitiate, I was
as
sent
I saying,
to the Calixian branch of
lived
the
with
Order
a bomb
of
threat
Almarted
to some
Lady,
degree today,
assigned to the
because
Order's Pronatus. The
just
Order's
along the main
mission is
road, a
vital
unexploded
and noble.
device was found.
The Sisters Pronatus protect
So that was fun.
great relics of the Imperium. We guard them, preserve them, escort them when they are brought onto the battlefield or presented for pilgrims to venerate. And we seek out the relics that have been lost. Neither a coven of heretics nor the most wicked death.
Yeah, I mean, it was
can
one of those
deter
old, you know,
Sisters
World War
Pronatus
II.
when their goal is to
Well, most
return a
likely, they
piece of
haven't
the
fully
great
said, but when they
legacy of the
usually
Imperium
find
into the
unexploded
hands of the
ordnance,
faithful.
it's World War II bombs that didn't go
Don't
off.
let the name deceive you. The Order's militant train sisters to march onto the battlefield as an army. That does not make sisters who belong to the non-militant orders timid and helpless. Both the solace-bringing Sisters Hospitaller and the enlightened Sisters Dialogus know how to greet enemies of humanity.
So,
Their dialogue with heretics is usually quite short, with the last word being a bolter discharge.
yeah, UK, particularly down here in the southern half of the country, it is a thing.
To be known for the martial prowess of its sisters. We
Unexploded
are the
bombs
of the
being
Imperium's
found,
relics.
sea mines
What
and
would
whatnot,
become of our
occasionally, you know,
blessed
washing
hero's
up on
legacy
shore.
if the Sisters Pronatus could not protect it?
Keeps the Navy busy, though.
The Order sent me to Footfall. My undertaking was to assist the local priesthood of Drusians in caring for a sacred reliquary that had been there since the time of Parson Mr. Wayne, the station's founder. None that I'm aware of, but the Sisterhood's orders are many, and can operate independently of one another, sending their sisters wherever their presence is needed as deemed by the ecclesiarchy. Perhaps somewhere in the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, may his path be blessed, my sisters perform their duty as we speak. I wish it were so. Even a single evening spent in joint prayer and training would bring me joy. Should any more arise, keeping them to yourself would be imprudent. It is a virtue to take an interest in holiness. About me. I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to tell about me? I first came here when I found myself in need of passage from Footfall to a remote planet. But I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the cultist attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened
you've been up to,
that
aside from obviously dealing with all the doctor things, anything else going on?
I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy. I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, where crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I had barely recovered from my wounds when the cultists struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations. Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to a ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. How I pray to come face to face with those heretics once more. And it's bound to happen someday. It happens even to the best of us. My mistakes are my burden to bear. I'll find a way to atone for them. On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse, no one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand,
that's cool.
Of course I would have been on my guard.
I'm obviously just happy we've now got the Mark IV armor for Heresy redone, so I can start overhauling my Blood Angels there.
And resources to rediscover the route.
Obviously, you know, plastic custodian stuff that's coming out, especially the Telemon.
Perhaps later.
Plus also the new Exodites for the Eldar. I
hadn't been here that long.
Eldar Exodites have always been a thing that I have had in my mind that if they ever did, I will make an Eldar Exodite army.
About the first voyage. I was more focused on prayers and ruminations than on the people around.
Guess what I'm going to be buying a lot of when they do the standalone release.
During the last journey,
I don't need all the orcs and whatnot from the big kill team box, so it'll just be once they do the solos.
Times to ask about my health. He's an
But yeah,
honorable
a
man
load
and
of
loyal
Exodite
servant of the Imperium.
stuff I'm going to buy.
I think he is as meticulous
I'm
in
probably
his
going to mix them
inspections
with
the
some of the
logistics
Corsair
systems,
units,
as he is
because
in
there
his
are...
inquiries about the
Look,
health of
I
the occasional
liked
sister of
Corsair
battle
designs
aboard
when
the ship.
Forge World did the original versions, so
But not
mix some
all of Theodora's
Exodites and
people have
Corsairs
earned
together.
my trust. You know who I'm talking about. There is no place for Adira Tlas among the God Emperor's faithful. I'm surprised she wasn't in league with the cultists. And I'm equally surprised by how deep heresy and treason run in this place. I'm glad we all made it through that dark hour. May the day that follows be bright.
Yeah, person of similar mindset, aren't we?
As you wish. The ship was targeted by heretics, which means that my presence here and the assistance I provide to you are
I mean, the
my
Exodite and
sacred
Corsairs, I
duty.
think, will look really good
Sooner
together.
or later, I will likely have to return to Footfall to
Dinosaur
protect its
Riders
reliquary,
with the
but for now,
jump pack
I wish to remain a part of the
Exodites
Rogue
in
Trader's
particular.
crew. So they shall.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be my third, given they've got Tau and Necrons. I mean, yeah, I get that happens at times. I do admit, if I ever did Orcs, I would do probably a Dread army. Or, you know, just a big collection of mech constructs. Because I do like the new, whatchamacallit, the new Walker thing they get in the launch box. Annoyingly, the name blanked on me right this minute. Where is... Trying to find everyone on the damn ship I need to speak to. Okay.
Lord Captain. A noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I am ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you. This is a topic for an official briefing, not a casual conversation. But I will try to answer succinctly. And if you permit, in my own words...
I mean, Orcs definitely just open up so many options with kit bashing, more so than any other army.
Within months. Established pathways are regularly subject to attacks from all kinds of rabble. And in the only major port, the Imperium's frigates find themselves moored alongside pirate vessels. Until recently, the Coronis Expanse could hardly have been called a region of the Imperium. The situation has changed with the arrival of the Lord Inquisitor, but not by much. This place operates under its own rules, you see. More radical, so to speak. But ones that allow for a non-standard approach where there is a promise of victory. The Coronis Expanse is considered rogue trader territory for a reason. Only rogue traders have sufficient military might, audacity, and the rights granted them by the warrant to survive the leap into the unexplored part of the Expanse, and in the event of a successful outcome,
to hold on to whatever they manage to capture on the frontier. In the first instance, you should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The Expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne. The arrival of the Lord Inquisitor has turned the Coronis Expanse into a less wild and uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who had grown inured to the local
Also
lawlessness.
intrigued with the new Necromunda edition as well.
Rogue traders such as yourself,
you know, the edition's
are
been
also
going
servants
for
of the
a long
Imperium.
time.
They have been accorded special rights and powers.
Definitely,
they wield immense authority
definitely
within their
it's
territory,
earned having a
and
new
they
edition.
enjoy absolute respect in other parts of the Expanse.
It's what the current
The most
Necromunda
powerful
edition's
of them
been. It's like
are
7 or 8
Karagos
years
Winterscale
old.
and
Like they did a
Incendia Bastal Chorda.
revised
Tread
rule book
carefully
like
when
3
dealing
years
with
ago,
either
but
of
it
them.
was the same rule book. They just included all the errata and
If we are to
whatnot
speak
into
of
it.
unclaimed territory,
Even made it
which is
clear
what
that
footfall is. Among the scum that dwells
making
on
it
a
clear that you
handful of
don't
asteroids,
need
there
that
are
revised
3
rule book.
factions
It's
that wield
just
considerable influence
yeah,
in the
all
sector.
errata in it, and
first
they
is the
put
Kazbalaka mission,
the
organized crime in
all
its
the
most
rules for the
primitive
ash
form.
wastes in
It
there.
holds sway over the Leisure
Vansar.
footfall
Yeah, I do.
and has
I've
links to
got
rogue trader
Vansar.
Winterscale. The second faction is an offshoot of our shining ecclesiarchy,
For my gang.
followers of Saint Drusus.
I mean, as someone who loves like
They
the
are actively
AdMech,
building
like
their
I'm
forces
gonna
and
go
hold
for the
influence over
Necromunda
rogue
gang
trader
that
Chorda.
fits the
And
high
finally,
tech
the
stuff
third
and
faction,
whatnot.
The Explorators, a wing of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are willing to die and kill for the secrets of the ancient technological heresies that are hidden among the stars.
Which is
of the
why I'm
Coronis
also
Expanse.
excited with Dawn of War 4 in a couple of months. We will get to unleash the
You know, Lord
AdMech onto the
Captain,
battlefields.
I am no admirer of fine art. But when we next find ourselves in a civilized port with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual to whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Conrad Voigtveer. That he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable oversight. We both served Lord Captain Theodora for many years, and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash. He was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I am loath to admit it, but the Von Valancius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect. But everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake. If you are taking comfort in the thought that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and
I
nurtured
mean, they've put
treachery.
out a couple of
He is
videos,
sure to
you know,
attempt to
showing
strike you,
gameplay for Dawn of War
and he will
4, and
use
it's
his
looking good.
contacts and knowledge
So,
of the Protectorate to do so.
like,
The
Dawn of
only
War
question,
4's
Lord
looking
Captain,
good. Total
is
War,
whether you will be able to anticipate
obviously, we've only
his
had a
next
little bit of
steps.
gameplay shown, so it's a lot harder to judge. And I think it is safe to say that's
As
not
you
coming
wish,
till next
Lord
year.
Captain. As you wish, Lord Captain. What would you like to know? I used to be an officer in the Navis Imperialis. No. "I used to be" is not quite right. It was not simply a job. It was my calling. the
Yeah,
essence of my
plus
life. I was proud to
Dawn
serve
of
Lord
War and
Captain
Total War
Theodora.
coming out too
my
close
heart
to
and
each
mind,
other, I think, would
I'm
not have
still an
helped either of
officer of
them.
the
Like,
Imperium.
both would have, like... One would have, like,
I met
probably the
Lord
best way.
Captain Theodora
One would have
on
kind
a
of
mission
screwed
where
the other when it
Imperial
comes to
Navy was
sales.
providing reinforcements to
Dawn
the
of War
rogue
would probably have
traders'
had the
army on one of the
advantage,
frontier
purely
worlds.
because it was the one that would have cut, if it,
Our
you know, for coming out
acquaintance was,
first.
Not easy.
So,
Working with people outside the Navy hierarchy has never been my strong suit. It was to my great surprise then, that after the mission's completion, I received a referral to leave my service in the Navy and join the rogue trader's personal council. It was a difficult choice for me. But I saw in the offer a chance to serve the interests of humanity even more effectively than in the Navis Imperialis. You do not need me to tell you just how remarkable a person Lord Captain Theodora was. I recognized her at once as a true leader and formidable creative force. One who had built a protectorate amidst the dangers and wildness of the Expanse. You could say there was no one among the naval command who was willing to impede the wishes of the rogue trader. To do so would be to risk their own position,
and their relationship with Theodora. Well, the Lord Captain possessed certain contacts in the Imperial Navy. Contacts which she used to request help during the conflict on the border world. And which enabled her to make me an offer that resulted in my joining her retinue. The Navis Imperialis is an ancient institution with its own mandates and muster lists. On occasion, in the heat of an official briefing, or an informal discussion, I violated those rules, determined to press my point. It is challenging to choose the words to accurately express my opinion on a situation or the actions of others that do not sound overly scathing or confrontational. Many in command were inclined to view my manner of speaking as unbefitting a person of my rank. What? Lord Captain, any allegations of improper feelings or unsanctioned relations are utterly baseless and bordering on the insulting. Utterly baseless. I am a widower. I am a father of 4, and if my information is not outdated, a grandfather of 11. My family lives on Dargonus. None of my children express any eagerness or aptitude for serving aboard ship, and I would hardly have insisted that they follow in my footsteps. Of course. I thank you for the honor, but I must decline. As a former military officer, I believe in the importance of order in all things, including the chain of command. You are the Lord Captain, my direct superior. I am not prepared to address you in any way other than as regulation dictates. Lord Captain.
All the different bits. You keep at it, Tech Priest. Right, so this just lets us get another character. Or, level up stuff. There. There she is.
What are you talking about, Lord Captain?
Look,
Lady Theodora couldn't care less if some eggheads measured my brains or not. It's not about the seal on your forehead, get it? It's about what's in your gut, if it's rotten or not. My gut's stronger than the adamantine on this here ship. And my implants are better than the ones they put in you on your Terra. If they weren't, I wouldn't have lived as long as I have.
Lyra, an outlying world in the Heathen Stars region. In the Coronis Expanse, the deeper you go, the less visible the Astronomicon gets, and the less people know about the Imperium. The arrival of a rogue trader is the best thing that can happen to a world like that. The very best. It's an out-of-the-way planetoid between two faint stars. On Lyra, a dozen local tyrants fight over 5 measly continents. But they use everything they can to win, from poison to psychers. I haven't been there in many years, but there's nothing for me to miss. Trust me.
Yeah, that's fine.
But here on the ship is a different story altogether. I saw more wonders in my first year serving Lady von Valancius than I'd seen in my whole life on Lyra. Like my first journey through the warp, I was in bed for 3 days. I felt like supernovas were exploding in my head. I only found out later that I'd gotten off easy. Just through the bulkhead, in the bay next to mine, a whole team turned into... Look at me rambling on, Lord Captain. Pay no attention. It wasn't like it was a very fun trip, Lord Captain. But look, if you want to be entertained, I'm the woman for the job. I'll entertain you with one of the stories from my collection, no problem. But if you want to hear about the time I melted everyone in the bay next door, well, I just don't really want to go into the details on that one, all right?
Yeah, that's understandable.
Oh, I embroidered wall hangings in honor of our national heroes. I did the same thing I do here,
like,
Lord Captain.
Garita's character.
Our rulers prized the ability to see into the future.
Like,
every psyker that could be found was worth a small fortune on Lyra.
There's no such thing as a peaceful life on Lyra. People like me were especially sought after. They'd pick psychers up wherever they found them, buy kids off their parents, even just abduct them. Take me for instance. I got taken from my street gang. The older kids sold me when they noticed there was something off about me. The ruling dynasties had schools where they trained us and beat us black and blue. And then they packed us off to serve. Some of us held on for a long time, but others didn't last. Not everyone's as smart and talented as me, you know. Some people crossed the line and were out of commission before their time.
Theodora von Valancius paid a visit to the ruler I was serving at the time. I don't know what the visit was for, and it's no business of mine anyway. I can still remember the way the voices in my head changed when I looked at her. They were practically screaming. She had so much behind her, and plenty ahead of her too.
And as I gawped at her, all of a sudden I heard a whisper. A hint, a suggestion, nothing more. But I know the difference between idle chatter and a real threat. I seized my chance and approached Theodora. I managed to whisper a couple of words in her ear before the wardens dragged me away. They beat me and locked me up. No wonder. It wasn't my place to converse with outsiders. And then, Theodora's people came for me. They broke down the wall, butchered their guards. Also, I could tell them my warning in full. So, I said the rest, but I didn't want to go back to my old life. And so I entered the service of the von Valancius dynasty.
A few times. Not many. And if I think about it, why would I want to? I've got everything I need here. All the whispers I hear are familiar ones. They almost feel like family. And if I want to hear about the nightmares off the ship, I can. After some Amisec. But don't go getting the wrong idea. If I have to, I'll follow you to the edge of the galaxy. Of course, Lord Captain. You bet I do, Lord Captain. Okay, so we went to Footfall once. Well, I mean, Lord Captain Theodora went to Footfall a lot. But on that occasion, she took me with her for some reason. My day had gotten off to a bad start. My head had been yammering since I woke up, but there was nothing else for it. I had to go. We arrived at the place, and what a place! All the gentlemen and ladies dressed to kill, showing off their encrusted implants, all clustered around little tables. Well, turned out it was a gaming den. And not just any gaming den, but one run by somebody with deep pockets for people with just as much cash to splash. You should have seen it. People gambling away planets in a game of regicide. Anyway, so the Lord Captain wanted me to help her beat some guy. So I tell her, the chips won't land in your favor. You'll get a bad hand. Don't sit down at that table, your ladyship. But did she listen? Of course she didn't. If there's one thing she never lacked, it's stubbornness. So they sat down and the cards were dealt. I'm hovering around like I'm not involved, but I'm keeping my eye on things. And everything in my head keeps getting louder and louder. Anyway, it's a good thing I realized in time that my mind wasn't going haywire over a losing hand, but something else. I made some excuse to drag the Lord Captain up from the table and took her away from that place. And a few minutes later, the room where we'd been... It turned out some wise guy had the same bright idea to bring a pet psyker along with him. One of those ones who just scuttle around in Footfall's underbelly. And the psyker just freaked out, I guess. After all the commotion, people went to see what happened in the room. And they'd all gone for each other's throats. Literally. With teeth. And I think they completely detached that asteroid from Footfall and pushed it off into open space so it would head off toward the local star. Lord Captain, forgive me. But it would be like talking to a person born blind about colors. I could spend hours explaining, but it wouldn't make any sense to you. Every psyker feels their connection with the warp in their own way. One person might see spots and shadows out of the corner of their eye. Another feels fingers running down their spine. As for me, I've got a door in my head. One that's open just a crack. There's no way to close it, no matter how hard I try. I've just had to get used to the whispers from the other side. When I need to use it for work, I listen in more closely. But I usually just try not to notice it. Training, habit, and a little amasec and a couple other things you can get on the lower decks. If you put all those together, it makes things bearable. Sometimes I even wonder if I'm imagining half the voices I hear. You know, when life on board gets a little boring. Better than listening to the living, anyhow. Well, if the door opens, that means somebody's planning to come in, right? But screw them. They're not coming through. Trust me. I know how to keep my valuable head locked up tight. Only losers who are afraid of their own gift lose control. Or idiots who never figure out what they are before it's too late. Or little kids who want to play around with their shiny new toy. If you don't know the limits of your abilities, or you're always bouncing around in your own head, that's a recipe for disaster. Alright, that's what I'm here for after all. So, I'm just going to lean on that door in my head a little more, prick up my ears, and listen to what the warp's got to say about you. If you'll allow it, I can listen right now. All right, let's hear what they're whispering about you, seek not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained. Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know that it is not the answer he must seek, but the question that will draw everything into focus.
Vision thing is basically your way of clues to your quests,
that sometimes
like point you
ignorance
towards
is
what to do.
sweeter than oblivion.
Quite an interesting way of doing it.
A chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks in the scent of oil confound his nose. A chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his mistress? Or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord? The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it? I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now... All right. Let's hear what they're whispering about you. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. None of the officers knew the Lord Captain well. Not even Abelard, and she was always closer to him than anyone else. She told me from the off if I ever listened to anything in the warp about her without her permission, I'd be going out through the airlock. I'm not an idiot, so I never stuck my nose where it didn't belong. Only when I was asked. It's hard to wrap my head around the fact that she's gone. Lady von Valancius gave me everything I have. She opened the stars to me and the paths between them. I still think I can hear her voice. The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices. Ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head. Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Okay. So all of them talk to do so. Actually, let's just pop down here. Thought this was linked. Give me one moment. Okay. Yeah, apparently that was fine. I already had done that. It's weird. It didn't. Oh. How I. Claim my rewards. Okay, yeah, they are on. Alright. Alright, so let's get on with this finally. These different worlds. Hold on. Okay. Let's head down there for a minute. Right, let's acquire that stuff.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess! What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
That shotgun was a little too close for the guy at the back to not get hit. Right, first thing, oh, damn it. Don't know if that's actually going to work. Okay, that's what I'm getting for improved gear. That looks like that anyway.
Is there money to be made? White. Bright, pure color. And it's all riddled with horrible veins that carry the poison of fear and pain throughout its body. Who are you? Why are you crying?
If the witch is talking about the enemies of humanity who set upon this abode of noble navigators, then our weapons will soon dispel their wicked misery.
Right.
We should deal with this.
Never doubt me.
Over there!
The Emperor favors me today.
I always have a backup plan. That's how it's done.
Oh, well, that's a quite good plan.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Stand your ground.
As the Emperor commands, eradicated.
Weapon at the ready. Follow my lead. My faith strengthens me.
I get some decisions sometimes.
need. Brace yourself, Abelard.
I must not falter.
Your end was inevitable.
Break them around.
I could have done a thing and I didn't
Weapon
do
at the
it.
ready.
I've suffered worse.
Moving out.
Only a pain won't stop me.
I'll do it.
Follow my lead. My faith strengthens me.
Someone else can do this. A tactically sound approach. Indeed. I took care of this one. One fewer time.
Oh my,
Not this Scryer's job. That is not my destiny. Farewell.
I was looking at the wrong meter when it came to like warp power.
Follow my lead.
Eh?
Weather the storm.
Kill the enemy.
See this.
Let's make some opportunities. I'll make it happen.
It will be done. I took care of this one.
Strike is a prayer.
I will do my duty. Reduced to dust.
What advice do you seek?
Rise to the top.
We are
or
the spearhead
get left
of
in
the
dust.
Imperium.
I worry that he enjoyed that too much. But, oh well. Let's...
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Let us not dawdle.
Just making certain I collected all the things.
Well, what do we have here?
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
The crew continue to mourn Lady Theodora. I fear it may affect the performance of their duties in service of the Lord Captain.
Let the people grieve.
Lady Theodora was with us so long that we
Okay.
started to believe she
Can
was
you
immortal.
not just run at the bombs?
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Boy. Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. Totally.
I always get the job done. That's how it's done.
Okay, let's close out on that one.
I always keep my options open. Success is the only outcome I accept. This could be an opportunity. Always keep your eye on the prize.
Let's just see.
Is there money to be made?
I'm missing something. Where are they? Where is the...
I always have a backup plan.
Let's start again. Right, where do I find that? Where's the... Oh, right, that's what I'm forgetting to do.
Well, what do we have here? What a peculiar thing. Keep your wits about you. could be an opportunity.
Okay, and then we still have one more to do. Let's put the rest in.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Well, apparently not. One second. There we go.
Let us not dawdle.
Okay.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Level up. Okay. Right. Find to come down here. Okay, where are Oh, only 45, right. Your psychic stuff upgraded.
Is there money to be made?
Oh, well, let's finish this first, I guess.
example out of you.
You dare cross the faithful?
As the Emperor commands.
Yeah, that didn't go to plan.
What is this foreboding? Anything else?
Well.
I'll see to it perfect. You never stood a chance. I'll make it happen.
Will do.
Yeah. That sucked.
Stay vigilant.
Faith shields me.
Yeah, you took your body again.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. That's not the Seneschal's job.
Break their morale.
Nice shot.
Weapon at the ready.
Follow my lead.
Alright. Who's still alive? Oh, that one. Right.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Doubt is for the weak.
What's
Just undo that and then. Alright, welcome back. I mean, I think we just got our navigator.
Now, this is your burden, child. Survive. Return to the fold of your house as your destiny demands.
No! Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze! Wake up! Your mistress is giving you an order! Do you hear me?
He was a fine seer of the war. He fought for his mistress until the end.
yeah, no. Enough's enough. I've had my fill of waterworks, thank you.
What need have I for your regrets? I just want things to go back to the way they were before. What are you going to do to me? I beg your pardon, but what about my servants? Your Act 5 is still full of people loyal to House Orselio. As a Lady Navigator of House Orselio, I accept your gracious offer of protection. Please, take me to your vessel. I can no longer bear the pain of this place.
Keep your wits about you.
Did I mention?
I will lead.
Do you require an
Alright,
audience?
let's get her up. Alright. So... First thing... Let's get her that. That. And that. No, these are handy, but like I find she's a really good sniper. So...
How can one find the right way?
Let's not waste time with pleasantries.
Just collect up the... Oh.
I always keep my options open.
Right. I think that puts us in a nice spot for today. Hello. Ba, 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 ba. There. Right, let's just, as I said, that's pretty much good for stopping. Right, then. Okay then. So, yep, more of this next time. Oh boy, stretch. Okay, oh yeah, I have to do it this way. Right, things. Night everyone.